So what we're going to do for the last thing with matrices is taking a system of equations and being able to solve it with matrices. So back in Math 1, some of your other math classes, you looked at how to solve a system of equations by hand. So this is a very cool way to see how to do it with matrices, and it will just solve it for you. So the stuff we've done previously for matrices, you can use the calculator for. So I'll show you how to get to the matrices on the calculator. So what you're going to do first, if they give you a system of equations, so they give you this system of equations here, you can transfer this into a matrices. So what you're going to do is you put all of the x values in the first column. So you can see I have a 3, I have a 1, and I have a 4. Second column, you have all of your y's. So 7, 2, 9. Third column, you have all of your z's. Make sure if it's negative, you include the negative. Negative 11, negative 3, negative 13. So x, y, z, and then the last column is what it's equal to, or the answer. So 44, 12, and 53. So we want to just make this matrix in the calculator first. So what you're going to do is the first directions here. You're going to hit second, which is the blue key here, and then you're going to go to matrix. Once this screen pops up, you want to go over to edit. And we're going to edit A here. So I'm going to hit enter. So that's what we did in this first part here. And then it says input the number of rows and the number of columns. So this is a 3 by 4, so we're going to hit 3. You hit enter, and then 4, and then enter, and it'll bring you down to your matrix. Then you're going to type the matrix in. So we have 3. If you hit enter, it'll take you to the next one. Then the 7, negative 11, 44, 1, 2, negative 3, 12, 4, 9, negative 13, and 53. Okay, so just double check that you've typed all your numbers in correctly. So what we've done so far is we have done this first 2 steps, well, the first 3. So we got to the matrices, we edited it, we put the numbers in row, now we typed it in. So we want to quit after this. We want to go to second, quit, because you want to get out of the matrices screen. So you want to go back to your normal screen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make, so if you look at the directions, it says use the matrices on your calculator to find a reduced row echelon from form using the augmented matrix. So if we had a ton of time to spend on matrices, we would learn how to do this by hand. But the calculator can do this for you. So the directions for this are here. So I'm going to highlight the directions that you're using to actually figure this out. So you're going to go to second and back to matrix. This time we want to go over to math. And we want to pick letter B, which says RREF. It stands for that reduced row echelon form. Okay, so you're going to pick B. Then you're going to hit second matrix again, and we want to choose the matrix that we typed it into. So we want to choose this. So just hit enter, and now it should say RREFA. Then you can hit enter. And it is going to give you this matrix. Now this matrix should look like the one that's over here. Well, what does this tell you? This has actually solved for the letters. So do you see how this is X, the only place there's an X? Remember this was X, Y, Z, and answer. So 1x equals negative 1, so x equals negative 1. 1y equals 2, so y equals 2. And then 1z equals negative 3. So now this has solved the system of equations for you, and you now have your x, y, and z. So you could always go back and plug in and make sure it's correct, but this will solve the system of equations for you using a matrix. So this is kind of a cool feature of a matrix. So we're going to try another one. Okay, so remember to get to first let's make the matrix that we're going to type in. So for my first equation here, my x is 1, negative 2, 1, negative 2. So that's x, y, z, and then the answer. And then we have 2, negative 3, 2, and 2. And then we have 4, negative 8, 5, and negative 5. So just always confirm that's x, y, z. Make sure they put these in order and didn't try to trick you, and then equal to the answer. So we're going to type in this matrix. We're going to go to second matrix. You have to go to edit. Okay, the size of this matrix is a 3 by 4, and we want to just edit it. So 1, we have -2, enter 1, -2, and I'm just replacing it over the one I already had. 2, -3, 2, 2, 4, -8, 5, and -5. So always double check before you do the next steps. Just make sure that is written correctly. Okay, so we want to close out of this once you've made your matrix. To figure out, we're trying to solve the systems, we have to do the RREF. So we're going to go to second, back to matrix. We want to go to math. It's like math is just saying calculate in under a matrix. So we want to go to letter B, which is RREF. And we need to put in what matrix we want to use that function for. So we're going to go back to second matrix, and we're going to pick the only one we have one in here for A. So this is going to give us, so we did the RREF. This is going to give us the matrices 1, 0, 0, 7, 0, 1, 0, 6, 0, 0, 1, 3. So from that top row that says x equals 7, it says y equals 6, and that says x equals 3. So, or sorry, z equals 3. So that has solved your system of equations. So remember, that's just the function math b on there. Okay, and I'm going to show you one more thing while I have the calculator pulled up here. So I'm going to go back to the very first thing where we were adding some matrices. So we were adding A plus C, and I'm going to show you how you can use this to check in the calculator. It takes more time to type in the calculator than just do it by hand, but I want to show you. So I'm going to close out of this, clear this. I'm going to go second matrices. I'm going to go to edit. And I'm going to type in A plus C. So I'm going to do A. A is a 3 by 2. So 3 by 2. And it was 5, 7. It's bigger. So 5, 7, -1, 6, 3, -9. So just double check. Okay. So I'm going to quit that. And now I'm going to go back to second matrix, and now I want to go to edit, but this time I'm going to edit B so that I make another matrix. And I'm really typing in C here. It's another 3 by 2. And I'm typing in matrices C because I'm doing letter choice A here. So 0, 4, -2, 5, 7, -1, and double check. Okay, so what we want to do here, I'm going to exit out. We were wanting to add the two matrices. So what I'm going to do is go to second matrix. I'm going to pick matrix C1. And I'm going to do plus. And then I'm going to pick matrix C2, which is B. Okay, oh, I must have picked the wrong one. Sorry, I'm going to try that again. So pick number 1. And then plus. And I'm going to pick matrix C2. Okay. So I'm going to add those two together. So if you look at our answer that we had, we ended up with 5, -3, 10, 11, and 11, -10. So it did the same thing. But when you're just adding or subtracting, it takes about the same, it takes less time just to add the numbers. But I want you to know how to use that on the calculator. So there's that.